The Extra Man to me was really problematic. I felt that it had a lot of trouble kind of keeping its story straight and keeping a connection between the characters and the acting and the plot. Um, I'm really not entirely sure where the cross dressing thing fit in. Um, I thought it was really, we were really oddly introduced to it as well. Like, all of a sudden, like, Paul Dano and his student are talking, and all of a sudden she bends down and he sees her underwear, and it's like, you think it's like a moment of like pedophilia, but like it really is that he's fascinated by women's lingerie. Um, I thought that was kind of very bizarre and very oddly approached. Um, Also, I thought that the movie all around had like cool cinematography, but also really amateur cinematography. Like the camera work, there were a few shots where it was very unsteady, and um, it just seemed like the camera was moving, like someone was holding it and had an unsteady hand. Um, but I thought it was a really, I mean, those things aside, I thought it was a really compelling story. Um, but I thought it was a very confused telling of the story. Like I think they got kind of lost in a few factors of the film, and that made it kind of difficult for the story to the like real story to stay clear. Um, and that's something I would have liked to have heard in the Q&A, like just what they were thinking about when they wrote the story and when they wrote the characters and kind of how it all came together and how in the end they had wanted it to come together, but I personally think it didn't. Um, yeah, and I thought the Q&A was very misguided. I really thought we heard way too much about Sherry's other projects rather than this particular project, especially since I think this project kind of needed a lot of clarification. I think there were a lot of factors that needed explaining, and I mean, really, my main curiosity is what they were thinking about when they wrote this. I thought it was really, like, I thought it was really cool, but I thought they introduced too many factors and too many things that kind of took away from the story of these very odd guys kind of lost in contemporary New York and their kind of interaction with contemporary New York. I think if they had kind of focused on that um, a little more, it would have been kind of more interesting.